Now we are going to start how to deploy OpenStack with kolla-ansible. First of all, we have to open the official documentation of kolla-ansible through which we can deploy OpenStack. So we are going for this kolla-ansible. This is now if you see from the starting the quick start. This guide provides step-by-step instructions to deploy OpenStack using Kola and Ansible on bare metal servers or virtual machines. Recommended reading: you have to first of all read the Ansible and Docker. Uh, I will tell you what is Ansible and Docker in brief. Ansible is an automatic tool for deployment, which is very easy, and it provides automation in CI/CD pipeline, which is continuous integration and continuous deployment. And what is Docker? Docker is a containerized tool which is used to make the container of the image and to run without downloading or installing other requirements, because container contains all the requirements of that image to run on your VM or machine. So this is the host machine requirement. Host machine is those machine in which on which VM is made. That is, if you consider that this is my laptop and I am making a VM through VMware or VirtualBox on this, the host machine is my Windows, and the virtual machine is of an image which is Linux, Mac, or anything. So the host machine must satisfy the following minimum requirements, which is two network interface must there, 8 GB main memory, which is RAM, and 40 GB disk spaces, hard disk or SSD, anything. So these are the pre-requirements for doing this OpenStack Cola Ansible deployment. So first of all, I am making a VM on my server, bare metal. I'm giving 15 CPUs and 20 GB RAM. Custom configuration. I'm giving the IPs because it requires two network interfaces. Two network interfaces. I'm giving three. Copy this. One making the interpretations and one to be. Now I'm checking uh, command prompt ping 192.168.5. Uh, Nothing is there. Ping 86. I'm checking the IP. I'm selecting those IPs on which there is no one. Uh, 0, 51, uh, 0, 181, 185, and 186. Net, net 3. I'm giving 3 Ethernet. Making this clear. Net 0 at 180, net 2 185, and net 3 at 186. Now I'm making 3 interfaces. Storage and 20. So this is making my VM. This is the cloud Zen Orchestra. This server on which I am making uh, some requirements I am making. Starting the VM, general shivam cloud, making the tag. Console is all about of the running VM. If the VM is stopped, the console is showing nothing. Network, all three network data that we have mentioned on that network interfaces must become there so that we can access this VM. So console is running. Now console is ready. We have to wait for the IPs we assign there so that we can access the VM. wait for some time. So let's go for some that for this who are assigned. So we get the three IPs assigned. Now I am getting my repo, official repo of kolla-ansible. Now we are deploying. First of all, I have to access my VM, SSH. I am only making the requirement for accessing the VM. So we are in our VM. Now we can do anything we want. So go to the official repo. Now, first of all, we have to install the dependencies that are required for making this repo to work. So for Debian or Ubuntu, I have my VM on Ubuntu. That's why I'm using this. And those have on CentOS or Realad or OpenEagle can run this. For other packages installed, we have to do this on copy and paste. This will update all things. Uh, Install Python build dependencies for the Debian Ubuntu. I'm doing this. For other one doing that. Yes. They install the Python 3. They will live with all the Python dependencies. Now there are two environments. This is running. This command is now. So there are two on which we have to work. We can we can deploy using a virtual environment or without a virtual environment. I'm using without this virtual environment, or anyone can do with this virtual environment also. The steps are clearly mentions. I will show you later on. So this command run complete. Now coming back, we have download the dependencies. Now going without a virtual environment. So uh, installing pip for the Debian Ubuntu. I'm doing this. Python 3 pip. We are installing pip. Now for the latest version of pip is install copy. Let's go. Now we are checking latest version of pip is installed or not. So we also go to the next. Now we have to install Ansible. Ansible for the deployment, automatic deployment for automation. So here mention note, if the install Ansible version does not meet the requirement, one can use pip. Directly we are installing this. We are not doing this sudo apt install Ansible because we have to install the Ansible that version which are required by this repo. Ansible is downloading. Metadata is creating. Now this after doing installing of pip and latest version of it Ansible, we are doing the install kolla-ansible. We, as I said, that there are two commands, two virtual environment or without a virtual environment. Now I seen here that from now onwards there are two types of command. If you have using the virtual environment, so this command will work for you. If you are using it without a virtual environment, then this command is for you. These are mentions in every step. So there's a full differentiation between them. Now we're seeing command is running. Go click install. It takes some time to set up. Have a patience on you. Don't go click. Successfully install Ansible. Now this command is work completed. Go to the next step. We have installed the Ansible. Now install kolla-ansible. I am without a virtual environment, that's why I'm using this. It takes some time on this step. Wait for this. Now I will tell you about something. There are two types of YAML file in etc. Inside there's a kolla that we are installing here. I will create kolla. I will install kolla ansible, and after that two types of YAML file will create by the commands, and we are copying it in our current directory also. This step. So global global files I will tell you later in the next part. Password .yaml file tell all the password of the component of the OpenStack, that is glance, the sender, the horizon, the keystone, all their admin username and the passwords. This YAML file will contain all this. So we are seeing the command is running. It takes some time. Yeah, it is resolved. So go to the next step. We have installed OpenStack Cola and Simple. Now we are making the directories. Now, if using a virtual environment, copy global.yaml file and password.yaml file to etc Cola directory. So we are copying two YAML files into etc Cola directory. After this, we have to copy all in one node in multi-node inventory files. So this dot is meaning of current directory. Now we have to do this later on step, install Cola for deployment. First of all, we have to install Ansible Galaxy requirements. So steps, this is cloning, all set. Now we have to make a directory in etc folder in Ansible. So let's make a directory. Make directory in etc Ansible. Now change directory etc Ansible. Now vi Ansible Ansible.cfg. This is mentioning. CFG is mentioning here. We have to make this Ansible.cfg. That's why I'm making this. Vi is the editor. We have to click I for inserting. Now copy this whole, pasting here, saving. Now Ansible.cfg is ready. So now you have to install Cola for deployment. Let's go Cola for deployment. Cola Ansible we are cloning. Cola Ansible repository from Git. After that, Cola and Cola Ansible requirements. Making the directories, configure the file and copying them, etc Cola and to the current directory. So this is running. Now it is running. My net speed is coming to much less. That's why it is doing this coming more bytes that take less time. So this was complete. We have cloning kolla-ansible. Now go to install requirements. If not using a virtual environment, copy this. Still also work. Now go making etc kolla directory that we have made it, but for the sake of security. Now we are porting into the current directory. So installing a Kolla deployment is complete. Now go to the prepare initial configuration. We have to generate the Kolla password so that no one can other ourselves can access this. Password is generating. It will take time. Now we have done. Now we have to make the global file of Kolla so that so first of all go to etc Kolla and global YAML. Now work around I. So copy these commands. For newcomers, we recommend to use CentOS Stream or Ubuntu. By copying this, pasting inside Kola YAML file Ubuntu because I am using network interface. It's 0 1 0 x1. We make three IPs at eth0, eth1, and eth. So eth0 and eth1 are using here. That's why we make three IPs and three for the sake of convenience or access security. That it will not give error at any other cost. So eth1. Now the commands kolla-ansible internal IP. This is the IP of your VM. So I am giving my IP of my VM, which I am accessing my VM. Now enable Cinder. You will convert this into move and adding one more other line. Enable proxy. No. So after doing this, press ESC and saving this. We are getting outside and we have changing global.yaml file. Now after this deployment is coming. For deployment or evaluation run, we want all three this. So let's copy this, copy, paste, and in place of multi-node we have to write all in one because we are doing this through all in one, not through multi-node. So this command is of bootstrap servers. It will bootstrap the servers. Bootstrap go to after this, after bootstrapping servers, we have to pre-check the requirements, and after this, we have to deploy. we're using OpenStack, and after that we have to making all the images to this command. Few more commands are left and we are get ready with this. Now complete. Now we have to pre-check the conditions. Pre-checks, uh, pre-checks, pre-check kolla-ansible NSI checks or pre-checks. While checking the port numbers are free for making the endpoints. We'll check all free ports. This kolla-ansible is mainly that it divides the services of the OpenStack in form of container on top of the Docker. That's why it makes less time not to deploying the Kubernetes cluster, directly deploying the services of OpenStack in the container on top of Docker. That's why it is a C deploy OpenStack. Now we have to deploy. So deploy. Now this step takes a little more time. Don't worry with this. Have patience. This restart fluentd container takes some time. Make sure not to hurry. Have left with 3 or more commands, and after that we are deployed with our OpenStack on our VM. So let's wait. This step is also taking some time. Restart Cola toolbox container. All the containers of different services will be deployed here, such that of glance container, glance database, init, bootstrap containers, all containers, all type of containers of all the services. Because each services in OpenStack is also consists of multi-services. That is the microservices. So all that microservices also have to be there. So let's go restart Chrome container, Galera, MariaDB service, volume availability, check MariaDB with bootstrap container, MariaDB bootstrap container is running. So this is restart MariaDB container, wait for MariaDB service to sync WC, MySQL monitor user, hoping memcached, restart memcached container. And all these services have to be deployed because this is the scripts. We don't have to do any much efforts. The whole script will do this for ourselves. That is why it is Ansible because it is automatic deployment. RabbitMQ, this will also connect to the PV, persistent volume. Is the database on which data has to be stored. Keystone, the authorization and authentication service, all Keystone requirements, all step containers, database, all the things have to be there so that each service could result into an operation and to a better result. Keystone bootstrap container taking time. Time this. Keystone bootstrap container is taking time. Now have done. Now running Keystone Funnet bootstrap container. It will go through a simple 10 or 15 seconds. Done. Keystone SSH container. Making endpoints, rule and services, Keystone creating services. Because Keystone is authorization and authentication, it will decide how much authentication have to access it at all OpenStack services. Creating endpoints through the ports, which are free when we do the pre-check command before from this step. Creating default, creating services, creating endpoint, the glance, the image services, creating project, creating endpoint, creating users. Glance is doing all its container and copying the file API application program interface after its object and block storage sender Glance bootstrap container. Restart glance API container. API is all the services, all the glance, these component of Snake are communicate over the API application program interface. And inside each services, inside each service, they are microservices, they are communicate over the QE. The QE is the data structure that you have read, the QE, heap, stack. To QE, the microservices inside each services are communicate, and each component of OpenStack is communicate through APIs, REST APIs. Let you say placement, creating endpoints, Nova, the compute service, Nova API bootstrap container. Nova API bootstrap container taking time, happen, creating database of Nova, RabbitMQ, connecting Nova with RabbitMQ, Nova cell bootstrap container, APIs, itself, creating services of Nova, creating endpoints, creating projects, creating loops, to update the rules, granting user rules, checking all the configuration and copying the configuration. Nova scheduler, starting Nova scheduler, Nova API, persist volume, cell, container, restart Nova conductor, Nova non-BC and proxy container. Restart Nova SSH container, Nova divert container, all containers, because we want all containers for each service to be work properly. Divert container is taking time. Now happen. Nova compute container. Things will take time to set up. Don't worry, don't in a hurry condition. Have patience, the things will work. Nova compute container is restarting. Waiting for Nova compute services to register themselves. Happen. Get a list of existing cells. Give a Nova host. Configuring all things. Open vSwitch is the network. The backend network. Database server. Open vSwitch. Database server. Neutron, the network servicing, creating endpoints, creating rules, running Neutron step containers. All things also work for this. Restart Neutron DSCP agent container. S3 agent container. Creating services, creating endpoints, creating users, roles, projects, granting user rules for heat. Heat is for orchestration purpose in OpenStack, for managing and maintaining things, heat database, step container, heat API, heat API, CFN container, engine container restarting, horizon, horizon container. Horizon is a dashboard through which you get your all services that you want in OpenStack. Is the interface, the graphic user interface. I will show you the horizon after we deploy this. All things works. Okay to something. Now go to the next command using OpenStack. Install the OpenStack CLI client. Installing. Selecting Python stack client. Or open Python. Now you have to pick the install Python OpenStack client. Stack and this copy paste. Now going to the next command for deployment, evaluation and run. Done. Now next. Now it will create all images. Creating glance image, configuring electron, all all things are configuring here. All things are setting up. Who are public keys and who are SSH keys, public private RSC keys. Stack, flavor accesses, am I large, am I X large, am I tiny, am I medium, am I small, am I tiny. All things are working now. Done. Now have to we have to change the so get to etc kolla. Now list. After this we have to change directory in Nova Compute. Nova Compute COMPU compute. After this we have this down in Nova dot conf file. We have to change the lib word the word virtualization type from KVM, kernel virtual base machine to kernel virtual machine changes QEMU, quick emulator for working this. So Docker, restart, Nova, compute. So this container is restart and working. Now CD, to go to the etc la and test EI passwords. These are the passwords. We have to take the password of the keystone, where's keystone, here. This is the keystone admin password. You have to copy this password because this is used to access the contact. Control C. Now opening the notepad, Control V. Now go to this 190.168.5.181. This is the IP of your VM. Now you get the interface like it. One stack, login, username. Username is your admin, and password is that you have to copy, paste, sign in. Now this is the horizon through which you can access what type of instance are running, CPUs, RAM, floating IP, security group. These. Now go to the networks. You get that there are two already networks in compute instances. We have to make an instance on this OpenStack launch instance. Uh, Now admin instance name I'm taking test. Next, on the I want to run zeros image on this instance. Next, I'm using the flavor mi tiny. I'm using the network demo net. Next, next, launch instance. Now instance is scheduling, swanning, and now it is running. Now you can go to the test console. All things are setting up. This means that your VM is running. It your instance is ready on your OpenStack. This is the whole process to deploy OpenStack to kolla-ansible. Now I have to show you one thing. The console is being ready. And after that you can log in into your this. Now you can log in as zeros and the default password that is, and after then you can do whatever you want on your instance. Now I will show you one thing. If you write shivamtomar, and this is my GitHub username to get this repo, and after going into the repos repository, you have OpenStack kolla-ansible, that is my repository, and by doing the cloning of this repo you can directly run this script, not doing it. I'm showing you how you can do this. If you go to the command prompt and changing this, you can git clone on your VM, git clone, and after from this code you can copy this http command and pasting this is clone hold. Now you can list what is inside, cd openstack, changing the directory, and list down what are the things. Deploy script, you have to run this deploy script, so you have to first change the change mode permission, change mode of deploy script. Now after then you can do this deploy. I'm not doing because I have already done this. After enter you will get all your stuff by not doing this copying pasting from official repo to your command prompt. So this is a direct step you can do anyway. This is an example of doing this if you're not getting from where to get this script So this is my username from where you can go to the repos and you can find OpenStack kolla-ansible for deploying OpenStack, and after cloning you can directly run this script, and you can also read the readme file that I have made, and this make you a whole simple procedure and not going overwhelmed from this repo that we have. So this is the whole. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you like my video, and if you want any video on any other topic how to deploying from this, you can comment me directly in the comment section. Thank you.